I'm pretty excited because we've got a great new gadget that's come into the Phantom offices. It's the new Canon EOS 5D Mark IV. And I've been looking forward to this for not just like a couple of months, I think a couple of years. I've been using the Mark II for like about the last 6 or 7 years. So today, we're going to unbox it, have a look at what's inside. The things I'm really looking forward to this, and this is going to sound pretty stupid, but I just really am looking forward to having a camera or a DSLR with some Wi-Fi and a GPS on it. There's some pretty cool features that you can get with that, so you can hook it up actually with your phone, shoot remotely, you get the vision of the shot on the phone and then trigger the camera remotely, which would be pretty cool. One of the criticisms of this is that it doesn't have an articulating LCD screen, but I think that sort of is negated because you can just use your phone, which is pretty cool. We've just got the body only. You can get one with zooms, but I don't like zooms. I only like prime lenses. We sort of treated ourselves and got the new version of the 35mm 1.4. Should be a pretty super lens, so I'm looking forward to using that. All right, let's open it. It's actually quite a small box. Manuals, power cords. This is like pretty exciting, isn't it? Charger, and I think actually that they haven't changed the battery, so you can still use all the old 5D batteries, which is good because I've got a heap of them. Apparently this one chews through the batteries as well. Compared to the Mark II, I think the autofocus on this is going to blow that away. Biggest disappointments I had with the Mark II, like it's an awesome camera, but the autofocus on it was quite rudimentary. So I think the Mark II only has like 9 focus points. I have to check that. Whereas this one, I think it's got, it's probably got on the box here, over 60. I think it's over 60 focal points. So here's the camera. Next video we'll do a comparison with the old one. Actually not that heavy. A bit heavier than the iPhone though. What else? No, that's it, there it is. So pretty much like the 5D Mark II, that was one of the first, I'm pretty sure it was the first DSLR with video, and that sort of changed the entire game. Cameras that could shoot HD, but you could fix like some pretty amazing lenses onto it. To be honest, it looked better than a lot of the footage that you could get with, sort of the mid-tier video cameras. And in the end, I think the Mark II was even used in some films, usually as a secondary camera, as the one that's in car crashes and stuff like that, because it was a lot cheaper relatively than, throwing away a £60,000 or £100,000 camera. And the results were like just amazing. So they sort of changed the game there. I think they probably, now they've veered off and they've got their own cinema line of cameras, so they don't totally put every feature into these now, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, so this one, it does shoot 4K, but the criticisms is that it doesn't actually use the whole full frame for the 4K video. It's only shooting a section of the sensor. Yeah, and actually the other really cool thing, apparently like they've improved the entire autofocus system, but the live view autofocus is apparently like even better. It's got a touch screen as well, so you can actually touch to focus. Apparently that focus is really good, and you can also rack the focus. Usually you'd have a focus puller who would do something like that, but here you just say, okay, I want this to take 0.2 of a second to go from that point to this point, so you get that sort of real film quality. I'm going to open up this lens. This lens is, I'm excited about this lens. So usually I shoot predominantly, I have like a 50mm, 20mm, and 85 and 135. They're probably the lenses I shoot mostly with. I've also got a fisheye, but that's sort of just for mucking around. This lens, I think it would be pretty good for just sort of, your day-to-day sort of capturing events and things like that. And also because it's going down to 1.4, obviously that means you can shoot, it can be pitch black. The ISO on this, I think I've seen some examples and up to even 3200, you're not seeing much noise, which is pretty amazing. Basically, you don't even need a light source anymore. You can just go out and shoot in almost total darkness, especially if you're shooting with fast glass like this, which is pretty amazing. That's what phones can't do. However, actually one of the cool things with this camera is it's got a dual pixel RAW, they're calling it. Quite interesting. So basically how Canon is selling it is that you can bring this RAW file in and actually change the look of that blur. Basically shooting I'm not going to explain it technically, we'll put a link there, but people have already taken the RAW files and have created an actual depth map. Sort of very similar, well, it's exactly what they're doing with the new iPhone as well. I think there's going to be some crossover with some really cool applications. Probably 2 images that they're taking up far enough apart to create like a 3D image in terms of like your normal, blue-red glasses sort of 3D image. Possibly people will be able to create like an actual 3D map thing and then generate all sorts of crazy stuff, which is pretty cool. One of the other changes here, I think they've moved, I think that's the mic input. Is it the mic input? What's that connector look like to you? It's a trigger. It's like a remote trigger. Yeah, for some reason they've moved that to the front of the camera. 30 megapixels, there you go. That's the big selling point. I haven't even mentioned that. Got it all together, turned it on, and of course the battery's out. I probably should have read the instructions, and they tell you to charge it for 20 hours or something first up. Camera not connected. That's because there's no battery in it. There's my joke for the day. So once this battery charges, we'll set up a few little tests, film a bit of the features like that we think are pretty cool. Maybe if you've got any ideas or you want us to try out some stuff, drop us a line and we'll put it into our next video. Should I be looking at the camera more? Should I talk more?